everyone, just be here from bringing back to a new Crash Bandicoot stream, and if you missed the last one, go and check it out. And we are going to be celebrating the 7 years of the n.sane trilogy. Yes, because the n.sane trilogy is turning 7, have turned 7 this year, which it doesn't even feel like 7 years, to be honest. It really doesn't feel like 7 years ago when Crash Bandicoot first came back in the n.sane trilogy, right? It's crazy to believe that it's been 7 years since 2017. And that means this year, for Spyro, it's going to be 6 years in November for the since Spyro's last game that Spyro got. No, I think we'll do some warped. Yeah, I think we'll do warp. I was planning on doing 2, but I think we'll do some warp. Do some warped. Again, 7 years ago, this day, 7 years now, like crazy. I remember when the n.sane trilogy was first announced, you know, the return of Crash Bandicoot. Because again, it was the n.sane trilogy was the first return of Crash.
Ooga is free? No, it cannot be. Evil, great evil has come.
And y'all probably, I will say that I meant to do I was going to be doing a Nitro-Fueled, celebrate, 5-year anniversary special, and, Team Rumble. But, first of all, I haven't been doing Team Rumble a whole lot often at this point. And also, I was busy, like very busy on, and totally forgot with Nitro-Fueled. So I do apologize on that. I mean, it's not because I forgot or anything. No, I remembered. It's just that, yeah, well, I was busy on both days, though. I was busy on both days. Yeah, I was busy on both days and completely forgot to actually do a special or anything.
Now, free once again. He must be stopped.
But I made sure to go ahead and, made sure to do the n.sane trilogy. And I will make sure to do, Reignited. I will make sure to do the Reignited trilogy as well. So yeah, I will make sure to do the Reignited trilogy when it comes to November time, when it comes to the anniversary of the Reignited trilogy in November. We still got a while before then, but I will make sure to do Reignited special too. Oh, excuse me.
Crash. Why must you always muck in my mud? Oh, look.
And of course, I'm not gonna forget about Crash 4-year anniversary. I'm not gonna forget Crash 4 is about Time's 4-year anniversary this year. Again, that's even crazier to think as well. That this year is going to be 4 years since Crash 4's About Time came out. I remember when all of these games were first announced, though. Yeah, I remember when all these games were first announced. Is it just me, or do when the years go by, especially when you're in your like, since I'm now in my 20s, looking back at those years, it just seems so long ago. Looking back now that I am 20, since I'm going to be 21 this year, yeah, that's even crazier to think. I'll be 21 this year. But looking back at it now, it really does not feel like those years were that long ago. I mean, for real, n.sane trilogy, 7 years since it came out now. 2017 literally did not feel that long ago. 2018, 19, yeah. 5 years of the, no, that would be 5 years. Yeah, 5 years, right? For Nitro Fueled. But again, all these games, I remember when they were first announced. And leaked as well, before the official trailer came out. Now it's already been 6, 7, 5, 4 years for each of them. For real though. I mean, I remember freaking out, trying not to be loud when it came to the box art reveal, when it came to It's About Time. Which, yeah, I can't remember what I was awake for at that time. It was late. When the box art for Cross 4 It's About Time was first announced. And then later on we had some screenshots of the game. Yeah, I was trying not to be loud because it was late. It was late. And I didn't want to wake anybody. So, yeah, I didn't want to wake anybody. I felt like it was probably midnight or so, or probably sometime past midnight. I can't remember though. I can't remember, that's the thing. I can't remember the exact time it was. But it was, again, the day that the box art was leaked for It's About Time. Right, where we saw the box art for the first time. It was when we saw the box art for the first time. And of course, when it came to the Reignited trilogy, I remember how the whole internet was exploding. I mean, you know what I mean though. When it came, if everybody would remember, when the Reignited trilogy, or yeah, when the reveal trailer, that still had the release date of September of 2018, because it was the original release date. Do y'all remember that? The Reignited trilogy was originally going to be in 2018. I mean, it still was, I meant September, sorry. It meant to be in September. That was the original plan. But, of course, since Toys for Bob had to get help from, I can't remember the company, but there was another studio that was working on Year of the Dragon, while Toys for Bob was working on the first and second Spyro games in the Reignited trilogy. That's probably why a lot of people don't really when it comes to the reignited version. When it comes to the reignited version, I don't really see a lot of people like how the Year of the Dragon reignited version turned out. Just because it really wasn't Toys for Bob that did it like 1 and 2. I would say Sinzaru. I feel that's not right, but it's some. I feel something like that. But I do remember when the game was delayed. But it was only delayed 2 months, though. That's still not bad, though. At least it wasn't a year. At least it wasn't a whole year it was delayed. Then that would be different. It was just delayed 2 months. Then it was, because again, they were originally wanting to release it for the anniversary, right, for Spyro's anniversary that year. They wanted to release it around that time, but of course, they had to delay it. Right, they had to delay the game, and also, the games couldn't fit, all 3 games couldn't fit on one disc. So you had to download Year of the Dragon and Spyro 2 with internet. Remember that? You had to download the 2nd and 3rd game with internet. Because they couldn't fit, like, the first game on the disc. I do remember that. And I do also remember the day that Reignited released was the day that Toy Story 4's reveal or teaser trailer came out. Which, yeah, Toy Story 4 is also 4 years ago. It's also been 4 years since Toy Story 4. See him. Whoa.
Crash! Leave them for Tiny, or Crash can crash!
And yes, I have gotten all Platinum Relics and Crash 3, as I shared on a post. And I also got all Platinum Relics and Crash 2 on my Switch. And let me tell you, I still remember, I told this story before, obviously. A lot of y'all would have heard this story. But how, sometime when the Reignite trilogy, the n.sane trilogy was still new, right, when it came out, I actually managed to get all Platinum Relics on Crash 2. But one day, I accidentally over-saved on that save file and lost the Platinum Relics all the Platinum Relics on Crash 2 on my PlayStation. Yeah. I remember how I felt inside when I realized that. It was a not good kind of feeling, though. And you know what's funny?
Crash, Coco.
On any other Crash game, I'm fine for getting gold, right? I'm not worried about getting all Platinum. But on Crash 4, yes. Because again, Crash 4 is important to get all Platinum Relics. So you can get 106%. But really the other... And, well, I guess you could also say Crash Bash with the 200%, right? Because, well, you need both relics to get... You need both the gold and platinum relics to get 200% on Crash Bash. Which, yeah, that's a Crash game I will actually not 100% again. I done it once, and yeah, I'm not even gonna try to plan on 200%ing it again. Because Crash Bass is hard. Like, for real. Painfully hard at times. It is painfully hard at times. I feel like it's kind of unfair hard, though. Like, it's made very, like, too hard. I know it probably wasn't intended to, but for real. You can see a lot of people say the exact same thing, saying of how difficult Crash Bass is. I mean, I find Crash Bass way harder than Crash 4. Yeah, I said that. I find Crash Bass way harder than Crash 4. I mean, Crash 4 isn't even that hard. Crash 4 is not even that hard either. I mean, yeah, if you've never played it before, sure, but once you get the hang of it, like I have, it's not that difficult. It's probably one of the easier Crash games. Yeah, once you get the hang of it, it becomes one of the easier Crash games to come out. I mean, a lot of y'all would probably be like, you did not just say that. I'm sure a lot of y'all would be, you did not just say that, right? Like, you did not just say that you think Crash 4 is easy. I mean, think about it. Toys for Bob actually thought before they released the game, or I think when the day did come when Crash 4 came out, Toys for Bob was worried that they may have made the game a little too easy. Yeah, Toys for Bob, I'm pretty sure it was on Canadian Guy's interview with one of the Toys for Bob people. I don't know which video, but I know I've heard on one of his interviews with one of the guys at Toys for Bob saying that they feared it was too difficult. That they may have made it too easy. Toys for Bob was worried they made it too easy. I'm sure a lot of people would probably say, no, Crash 4 is definitely hard. Not as hard as Crash Bass, like I mentioned. Crash Bass is definitely way harder. Crash Bass is definitely way harder. I can 100% say that. It is way harder than Crash 4. I mean, yeah, the only other Crash game that I have 100%ed that I never actually did again was Tag Team Racing. Yeah, Tag Team Racing was another one that I know I 100%ed, but never actually 100%ed it again. And really, I haven't played Tag Team Racing in quite some time in general. It's been quite a bit since I have done Tag Team Racing to begin with. Or to start. And I do love Tag Team Racing. Especially with the loading screens, right? When you're on the loading screens, you can make the fart noises and the burp noises, the belching noises as well. That's probably one of my favorite loading screens of any games. Especially since it has those sound effects. I don't know who came up with it, but it was genius. To have belching sound effects and farting sound effects during the loading that you can do while pressing certain buttons in the loading screen. I hope that person got a raise, or I do hope that person got a promotion or a raise or something, because that was who came up with that idea, because that is genius. Definitely one of my favorite parts of tag team racing. And speaking of tag team racing, I'm sure a lot of y'all will remember before Crash Team Racing Nitro Fuel came out. I'm sure a lot of y'all will remember the whole rumor that, or the whole saying that of what it was heard that tag team racing tracks were going to be coming into the game too. But of course, it was confirmed that they were not coming to Nitro Field. I mean, I'm sure there probably would have been some kind of way to implement the tag team racing tracks in Nitro Field. I mean, there may have been, maybe some different changes that they would have to do to make it work, like with Nitro Kart's tracks. You know, with the anti-gravity, they had to change some of the tracks to remove the anti-gravity bits. So I'm sure they could have done something with the tag team racing tracks. I literally touched that lava. I touched that lava. I can't be crazy. I touched it. Did y'all see me touched it? I don't think I touched the edge or anything. I swear, I don't think I even touched the edge. I felt like I jumped straight on top of it, and I didn't even get damaged. It's like jumping on a nitro crate and not taking any damage. I've done that plenty of times. I've done that plenty of times. Taking damage, or not taking damage on nitros. I've done that countless of times. It's just always so weird when it happens, too. And it's so cool when it happens, because, again, nitros, yeah, they're dangerous. But when you actually jump on top of them and not take any damage, it's just so cool. Yeah, we didn't even need 3 Akus to begin with. So it's fine. Even though it would have been great. Okay, that time I actually took damage. Again, I swear I did land on the lava, and I didn't take damage when I had Aku Aku. I just love that Aku Aku just duplicates. Aku Aku is there when Crash just... Whenever it comes to the Coco sections, Aku Aku is there when Crash just slams onto the ground so Coco can get through. And Aku Aku is there when Coco comes. Aku Aku having a second twin brother. Because again, Uka Uka is Aku Aku's twin brother. So Aku Aku has a third twin brother. Or a second twin brother that he does not, I guess, know about. I do like these types of the vehicle levels, though. I know a lot of people are probably not fans. There are people that are not fans of the vehicle levels, like the motorcycle levels, or the planes, or the jetpacks. But I do like most of them, or the jet skis, or jet boards, like in Crash 2 and Crash 4. But when it comes to the like jet boards and like jetboard jetty, it's not for the whole level. It's just for certain sections. Tiny. And of course, if you try to do the chase strat, right, the standing in the corner when the lions are coming through, the lab assistants will throw cheese at you. I love that detail. Of course, that wasn't in the original. That was something that Vicarious Visions added. That's a cool little detail that they did. I would like to try it. I doubt I'm gonna get it right. I'm probably gonna get eaten. But y'all can say that, right? They're throwing cheese at me. They're throwing cheese. That's one thing I love that they added. One of the things I love that they added in the n.sane trilogy. Even if it's a little detail, right? Even if it's a detail, because I'm sure a lot of people did not mean to do that. I did it a little too late or too early. But again, I just love the little details that gaming developers do. And I just love that Cortex is just sitting up there as well. Right? He is just sitting up there watching. He's just up there watching the whole thing. Boom! And then of course we can just slap Tiny around as well, while they throw tomatoes. You'd think that they're throwing tomatoes at you, but no, they're throwing them at Tiny. Or they could be throwing them at you, but it looks like they're throwing them at Tiny.
Well done, children. By defeating Tiny, you have unlocked the gate to the next time travel area. Go back to the center of this time twister and save your progress if you wish. From there, you will see that the gate to the second time travel area is now open.
Kind of interesting that they did keep that line in. Right? It's interesting that they keep that line in, saying Aku Aku telling you to go back to the center of the time twister, which is where Coco is, and save your progress. Which, of course, that's the only way you could save in the original. But on here, you just press L2 to save. But in the original, we have the line that was cut with, or in the original, there was a line where where Aku Aku would get angry at you for not getting the first power crystal. You know, before you get any power crystals, he would have done like Cortex in Crash 2. You know, when you start a new game, and before you collect any power crystals. And if you leave the level, he would get angry with you. And Aku Aku would do the same thing in Warped in the original, but they removed that in the n.sane trilogy.
What? Where was I? Oh, Tiny was a good fellow. He hated everyone and everything, but a good heart nonetheless. Please be more reasonable with my minions next time.
Yeah, I find that kind of interesting. Little details like that some people may never knew that they were there in the original, right? I'm sure a lot of people never knew about that. Never knew those things were there, right? Of how Cortex would get angry at you if you don't collect before you collect the first power crystal in the game, and if you just leave the level and go back to the warp room, he would get angry with you. And if you keep doing it a certain amount of times, he'll get more angry. Until he says, "This is the last time I'll remind," or "Look up at the doorway. There is a big crystal safe slot." Look up at the doorway. There's a big crystal safe slot. I mean, it kind of makes sense that somebody like Cortex would be angry at Crash for not getting the crystal like he asked. Right? Like it's kind of Crash's character. So it would make sense for Crash to keep coming back and Cortex getting frustrated with him when he realizes that he hasn't even gotten the crystal. Makes a lot of sense. And that frog blew up himself. Yeah, that frog killed himself by jumping into the nitro. You know, that nitro and that frog that was there. That frog just jumped straight on into the nitro and died. Again, not really worrying about getting all the platinums here, so we're fine on doing this. Not waiting until the speed suits. I know it's always best to wait until you have the speed suits to do the relics, or the triple spin in Crash 4's case. But yeah, when it comes to Crash 4, obviously I do wait until the triple spin so I can get the platinum relics. Because I don't really think you would really need the triple spin to get the platinum relics in Crash 4. I mean, I've seen people, I'm pretty sure, have actually done that. I mean, it makes sense that you can do the vehicle levels. Go ahead and get the relic in the vehicle levels since, well, there's no need for speed suits. And you're not even running either. So, I'm guessing the riding animal levels also you can do. Until at the end bit. Right? Until at the end bit. I felt actually pretty good to go ahead and be able to get that there. On here, you don't even need that iron bounce crate to reach it. You can do like I did in order to reach it. Yeah, I knew that would be coming. And also, since we're going ahead and getting the relics as well, this also means that I can start to get the yellow gem early, right? I can get the yellow gem early. And that means we can do all of Dynamite early as well. Because, how many relics do we got? 5. And again, we need at least 10 to open the secret portal, or the secret entrance to where the yellow gem is. We need at least 10 to get to where the entrance to the area where the yellow gem is located. And of course, to even go to the secret warp room, you need at least just 5. Right, you need 5. Since, well, it makes sense, because once you have 5, the secret, or the area will be unlocked. I'm at least guessing that it's 5. I mean, it makes sense if it's 5. I don't know exactly if you need at least 1 relic in order to get to where the secret warp room is, or it is 5. I'm not sure exactly. That's what I'm always guessing. I'm guessing it is 5. I'm not sure exactly. I don't know the exact number, or like if you just need one in order to activate it. I mean, you're honestly not going to be able to do any of the levels in this secret warp room, since I guaranteed that the first level, this level, you need at least 5. I mean, just looking at the relics, the requirements, they're going by 5s. Or at least maybe 10, not sure exactly, but 5, 10, I think 15, 18, 15. They're going by a certain number on the requirements. So and also getting the relics early means that you can get enough relics to go to the secret entrance to Future Frenzy. So you can pretty much do all of Future Frenzy all in one go as well, since you'll already have the relics. Of course, when it comes to future tense, I do at least suggest, of course, when you're not talking about getting the relic, but I do suggest get all the way until you get to the fruit bazooka, at least. Yeah, 15, 20. Yeah, it's going by tens of what, at least. I'm guessing this level is already unlocked, though. Right? I guess. I don't know. I guess it's just one relic required. I'm not sure. I don't know. Either way, you're not going to be able to get to the secret warp room unless if you have a certain amount of relics. Either way. But yeah, all the other levels are going by 10 or 5. We just did it earlier. We just did it. Y'all would know. You know what I mean. That was good. That was good too. I love that I did that. We are almost to Despicable Me 4. Which also, if you think about it, Despicable Me 4 also came out on the 30th of June of 2017. The same day that the n.sane trilogy came out. So that means also, it would also mean 7 years ago for Despicable Me 3. Just think about that. Just thinking about that. 7 years ago for both of them. For the n.sane trilogy and Despicable Me 3. So pretty much now that Despicable Me 4 is almost released, we pretty much waited 7 years on Despicable Me 4. As I knew after watching Despicable Me 3 that there was going to be a fourth movie. Like, there had to be. Especially considering the end of the third movie. But, from what it's looking like, it's not even going to have Drew, and I'm guessing, in Despicable Me 4. Because he wasn't even shown in any of the trailers that I'm aware of. And also, Dr. Nefario. Both of them are completely not sane, or even mentioned as well in the advertisements. Either that they're not, or either that they are going to be in the movie, they're just not shown in the advertisements, or they're just completely absent from the movie. Even though we know from at the end of the third movie, we say that Drew has taken some of the minions, right? He has taken some of the minions, and Gru said to Lucy, told Lucy that we'll give him a head start. And again, I just still love the concept of Gru and Lucy and the girls actually having another boy in the family. Like Lucy and Gru having a son. I mean, honestly, I've even since Despicable Me 2, at the end of Despicable Me 2, you know, when Lucy and Gru got married, I was probably guaranteed that they would probably have a kid. You know, Lucy would give birth to a kid eventually. And now with 4, we see Gru Jr. Of what, at least what I'm guessing it's going to be. It probably has another name, but honestly, I think Gru Jr. also makes sense, because it's pretty much like Gru. It wears the scarf that Gru wears, and also it acts like Gru as well. When the baby even looks at Gru, he is all grumpy. So pretty much he's definitely got Gru in his DNA. And just how the baby is so happy when it's looking at Lucy, but just grumpy at Gru. I mean, yeah, this is their first proper child, right? Their first proper child. I'm not counting the girls, right? I'm not counting Edith and Agnes and Margot. I'm not counting them because, again, they were adopted, right? They're adopted. I mean, I'm talking about like birth child, right? So yeah, Gru Jr. being Edith, Agnes, and Margot's new sisters. But again, just seeing them finally have a brother as well. Them actually having a brother now just feels good too. Being able to actually have a brother. Okay, what am I doing? This is not the relic. This is not the relic. I was waiting like I'm gonna be doing the relic. I don't know what I was doing there. Yeah. I was for some reason thinking I was doing the relic. No, I'm not. But yeah. Yeah, I don't know why I was just standing there if we're not even doing the relic yet. But yeah, that's one of the bestest ways to do the relic, is just wait. Wait until all the racers have gone. Just so you don't bump into any of them when you're racing. I know a lot of people don't like the motorcycle levels in the n.sane trilogy, just because of how how it is to turn on the motorcycle. Like, it's kind of very hard to turn on these, especially doing the relic. Unlike on the original, where it wasn't that hard to turn. Like, it felt pretty good turning, to actually turn when you're doing the wheelie. But on the n.sane trilogy, it's just made a lot tougher to do. So I can definitely see why a lot of people, and it's also considered one of the hardest relics as well. From loads of people when mentioning warped. And what is the time? 7:50. That is the record on here. That is the record. A 7:50. How in the world do you even get a 7:50? That's what I want to know. How in the world do you even get a 7:50? Some of these times I just don't know though. 23:30. That maybe could do. Shouldn't be that hard. I mean, I'm literally, like, my best time is 39:71, and right, the next one is the record. Still though, I don't know how people are able to get these time. I mean, when it comes to hot cocoa, I understand completely, because you can do an exploit where you can do some kind of thing where you can go towards the nitros and blow them up. The nitros that is blocking the exit of hot cocoa. You can just go to the nitros, do kind of some, not sure exactly, but people have done on YouTube where you can just somehow make the nitros blow up, grab the clock, go to the exit, just like that. I'm sure that it still works as well, even since the n.sane trilogy came out. But yeah, this is what I do. I just wait, because again, the cars are annoying. And this is what I did when I got all the platinum relics in Crash 3 on the n.sane trilogy. I just did this. I waited for a bit. I'm not sure exactly how long you should wait, but just wait for a bit, because you know those cars are going to be annoying. I mean, again, I'm not guaranteeing I'm going to get a platinum, though. I'm not even focusing on even getting one. Just see how hard it is kind of to control as well. See what I mean? Trying to turn there, but yeah, I just wouldn't do it. It's just hard. No matter how hard you're trying to turn, it's just not going to do it. It takes some time. It goes slow. So yeah, again, that's what I do though. I just wait for a bit at the beginning and then just go. Right? I would just go. Again, I just wait a few seconds. Just enough time for them to get the other racers to just go. Sadly, I don't think you're able to do all of Tomb Time first try, because you need the purple gem. And the only way to get the purple gem is by hang time, which is in the next warp room. Which I am able to do. What I am able to do is I can actually do this whole level without breaking a single crate. I've done it plenty of times. It is possible. I highly doubt I'm going to be able to get it here, but... And of course, the only checkpoint I have is going into the bonus round and dying. That's the only checkpoint I'm allowed to have on here, or in this level, if I were to do this. Obviously, yeah, I done that. Because again, I blew up there, and it wasn't in the actual level, because we're in the bonus stage. So, as long as that counter up there, the main crate counter up there, stays at 0, we're fine. So that means no Aku Akus either. No Aku Akus either. Now, I wouldn't be so surprised if they actually added a colored gem in this one, where you would have to break no crates. Because, yeah, it would be possible. It is possible. This could easily be one of those levels where you would have those kind of challenges, where you would have to go through the level breaking 0 crates. This level could have been one of them. Because just like that, we cleared this with 0 crates. I mean, the start of the level isn't even that hard either. We gotta jump up over that wall of crates. Going over that wall of crates isn't that hard. What is the time here? 9:81. Yeah, that is the time here. 9:81. I still don't want to question how people are able to get those kind of times. Right? I still don't know how people are able to get those kind of times. I know for a fact you can get 2 free extra men if you have the fruit bazooka and aim them close to the cheeks of, parts of the cortex spanks. You can actually get 2 extra men that are inside of there. But of course, you're not going to be able to get everything first try in this level, just because, like I said, you need the purple gem. Which I feel like the purple gem probably could have been used in this level, though. Well, maybe not the purple gem exactly, but, a colored gem. Either if that was red or something. If you think about it, though, all the warp rooms have a colored gem except the first warp room. You would probably at least think that the first warp room would have the red gem, right? Or, a colored gem in general. You would think that. I guess it's like in Crash 2 as well, where, yeah, all the warp rooms have a colored gem except the last warp room. Because Warp Room 1 has both blue and red gem. Warp Room 2 has the green. Warp Room 3 has the yellow. Warp Room 4 has the purple gem. Again, the poor orange gem. The poor orange gem in the first Crash game. It's like it was used in the first game and abandoned ever since. For real though, the orange gem has been abandoned since the first game. It was just left behind. It was left behind. Good so. Dingo Dial. Now you've gone and done it. Them crystals are mine. Them crystals are mine. Mine. Bring out the butter. We're gonna make toast. And again, you can easily just do this. Jump, do a slide like this, and jump over his wall. There you go. You crossed me, mate. No worries. But you'll soon be going up against much worse. And that's the last we've seen of him as a villain. Right? The first day on the job. And then in Crash 4 It's About Time we see him as... a anti-hero? I guess you could probably say he's like an anti-hero. Some sort of anti-hero in Crash 4. Because yes, you do play as him, and he is retired from being evil, though. But
master of time and the creator of the very time twister machine you see before you. Uka Uka and Dr. Cortex have sent me to end this little charade. So you won't be leaving my area with the crystals. I swear it.
Again, Crash 4's end trophy is my favorite end trophy. All the way. The Crash 4's end trophy is definitely my favorite. If I had to choose my favorite of end trophy, it would definitely be Crash 4. All the way. All the way. Especially since he feels so much like the main antagonist as well of the game. Even though, yeah, we do have the pass unmasked with Cortex, but End Trophy and Female End Trophy are like the first final boss, right? Because again, if you think about it, the beginning of the game, you're having to collect all of the Quantum Mask in order to seal all of the Quantum Rifts that in Trophy's been popping up. And again, it just feels like, again, Crash 4 has two final endings, right? Has two endings and two final bosses. The first ending, obviously, with End Trophy and Female End Trophy's defeat, and then the true ending with Cortex's defeat in the Pass Unmasked and saving the past. So I have now gotten 10. The exact amount that I need. And it's perfect too, because just right when we're about to get to start Warp Room 3. We're just about to start Warp Room 3, and we can go ahead and get the yellow gem. So we can go ahead and do Dynamite. Because, you know, normally you would at least, well, if you don't get the yellow gem early, then you would only have to, or either way, you would have to get just a crystal until you come back for the yellow gem. But we're going to make it so I can get it, all of them right away. And yes, I can even go and do the secret area too with Baby T when you use the secret exit in Dynamite by getting carried away by the pterodactyl. Oh yeah, I forgot I had double jump. I don't know why, I forgot I had double jump. There you go. And yeah, you can technically beat this level too without breaking 0 crates if you do it like that. Right? If you just use the secret entrance to the yellow gem, you can just do the level without breaking 0 crates. And I will go ahead and get these other colored gems as well. I will go ahead and get these two as well. So we can go ahead and go back to Boneyard and Tomb Time. At least you don't have to backtrack in order, or a whole long way when it comes to getting the red gem. At least you don't have to go backwards in the level a long way, like too far. At least you don't have to go very far, because it isn't really that far when you have to head back to when getting the red gem. It's not too far. See, it's right here, but of course we need to get the TNT to appear so we can even get in. Okay, now we're just gonna have to make it back without doing that. At least it wasn't that far, though. Not that far. Yeah, okay, that's a fail, too. We didn't need to lose that yet. We didn't need to lose it yet. I am hoping that we did get all of the crates there. I'm going to take that we did get it all there. I've been wrong before. Thankfully, there is a checkpoint right there, though. course, we'll go ahead and get the relic here, too. Good start there. I love it. I was hoping I wouldn't have gotten sucked in at the end of there. I was kind of worried that I was going to get sucked in at the end of the level, but no, we're good. And also, we'll go ahead and get the purple gem. Before we go back to Boneyard and Tomb Time. And we'll go ahead and get the relic here too. That was pretty good. And of course, we'll go ahead and the death routes on here aren't really that hard though. When it comes to getting to the colored gems, definitely not that difficult. Never really found them that difficult in the original either. We're gonna have to wait that out. I mean, we probably didn't have to. Right, we probably didn't have to wait it out, but I decided to. Okay. Yeah, I could have very well avoided that, but just how it went, that definitely did not go as I intended to. Intended it for that to happen. And of course, when it comes to Tomb Raider, before I do Tomb Raider, or before I do Spanxinator, I go ahead and do Tomb Raider to go ahead and get the blue gem, and then of course before I do Gone Tomorrow, I do Flaming Passion to get the colored gems first. Just continue to get a crystal and see what I do. Of course, I had to get hit or lose my Akku. That was part of my plan. Not necessarily, but... Oh dear. Yeah, I should have seen that coming. I mean, it is good to try to get 3 Aquakus. It is kind of good to try to get 3 Aquakus, but... it just depends if you can... I love that I got all those crates, but not the time crate itself. Don't you love when that happens? You get every other crate, but you miss the crate that you wanted to get. Ain't that one of your favorite parts? That's one of my favorite parts. Yeah, and when you body slam, you know that's gonna be a problem. Or when you do that. Sometimes I don't even try to bother getting the 3 Aquakus, though. But like I said, it is good to try to get it. It's good to at least try to get it. We got 12 relics here. Of course, out of any other areas you could take damage from, it has to be those. Again, don't need to 3 Aquaku. It's fine. First of all, I want to question myself. Why am I even doing the relic again? Why am I even trying to get the relic again when I came in here to go on the red gem path? I know, I'm sure a lot of y'all were probably confused. Like, why am I even getting the clock again? Like, what is the point of me getting the clock again if I already gotten the relic? Good question. I don't know. I don't know why I got the clock again. That's a very good question. Yeah, a very, very, very good question. I don't know why... I don't know how I didn't even realize that before. I literally don't know why I didn't realize that I was in the time trial again. When I wasn't even didn't even intend to. Wrong level to get carried away by a pterodactyl. Wrong level to get carried away by it. I almost did it again. I almost grabbed the clock again, even though I don't have to. gonna go to the purple path first. Wait. Yeah, I didn't mean to lose Aku though. Now it's just the making it back part. Now if we can just get to the checkpoint before, or without failing, we're good. There we go. At least I got a checkpoint. So I didn't have to go to the purple gem path again to get those crates. But that was funny. That was funny. I like how that went. There you go. Watch and learn. Oh, okay, hang on. Oh, hang on. Wait. Yeah, I think that will conclude this anniversary special on the n.sane trilogy. Again, hard to believe, 7 years ago. Doesn't feel like that. Like I said, I guess since I'm now being in my 20s, it's starting to feel so long ago since those happened. When it feels like they were not that long ago, though. Yeah, hopefully I enjoyed. Catch you next one.